The topics I attempt to explore for the Digital Media Manifesto is about modern algorithmic culture, privacy, and cypherpunk in their relations to the digital social networks and surveillance anyone living in the contemporary society would associate with to a certain degree in our daily lives. Based on Cypherpunk manifesto by Hughes made in March 1993, the term cypherpunk refers to the group of people or activists living in the digital society while trying to build and use cryptography as a new language and a new platform to communicate with each other on the internet, for posting about social and political topics, or even just during the daily use of the internet. What they want is to widely spread such privacy-enhancing technologies and the awareness towards the importance of our own privacy and speech to the people in the society, as a response to the large organization or company or even the government's control on our personal information and speech. As I continued on my research on privacy and surveillance in this digital century, the idea of a panopticon is something I found which I think is a comprehensive metaphor and abstractive expression to describe the reality of people's daily activities and the society with dependence on digital technologies, coded by the tech companies or the government. Panopticon is an institutional building style for prison and a system of surveillance suggested by English philosopher and social theorist Jeremy Bentham in the 18th century. The concept behind this structure is to allow all prisoners to be observed by a single guard sitting inside of the central security tower, surrounded by all the prison cells. And the window of the central security tower is one direction only, so there's no way for the prisoners to tell whether there's actually guards keeping an eye on them or not on the other side. So it is essentially a system of a consistent self-regulation in mind under the invisible surveillance from the surrounding environment. In this case, it's the central security tower with the one direction only mirror. And such form of invisible surveillance serves as one of the hallmarks of modernity. The expression of social surveillance actually changes from the past. Before digital social networks become a part of our life, surveillance and the result of branching the law were exercised in physical ways. All the public execution conducted before was a major method for people in authority to showcase their power in front of the public, the crowd, warning the consequence of being immoral under their standards. However, such punishment would only land on individuals only if their crimes were physically seen or heard by the others in the past. However, in our modern-day society, the form of surveillance turned invisible. Social media platforms and CCTVs seen everywhere on the street are always keeping an eye on us, and they all have the accessibility to reach every little details in our daily life, and it is up to the ones who are in control of those tools and platforms to decide whether to collect our information or not, or how to use these collected informations. So in this sense, our society is just like the panopticon prison, where we are all under the 24/7 surveillance from all the tech companies and the government. And what's more is these forms of surveillances are one direction only, as we wouldn't know whether we are being monitored or watched or not in terms of our speech and daily plans. Thus, we keep the self-regulation in mind and attempts to act moral just in front of the others 24 hours in reality and also on the online social networks. And what I'm going to show in the following 3 slides are my approaches on planning on how to build this manifesto with its references.